Hello, good morning. I am Alexis Hart. I am the CEO of Benedict Foods, and I am here today to recommend strategies to protect profit margins. Now, there are 5 ways that I'm going to do so today. Number 1 is to discuss the economic impact of inflation on a business. Number 2 is to explain factors that are affecting pricing decisions. Number 3 is to identify factors affecting a business profit. Number 4 is to describe the concept of price stability on an economic measure. And number 5 is to describe the role of business ethics in pricing. Now, I have 3 ways for each that I'm going to discuss with you today. So to discuss the economic impact of inflation on a business, there's decrease in investment, there's the competitiveness of products in international market, and there's business and consumer confidence. So when there's a decrease in investment, the inflation rises, so there's a possibility of lesser returns on capital goods. And then for the competitiveness of products in international markets, if one country has a higher inflation rate, it'll make exports less price competitive, which means that it'll be a lot easier to be able to distribute around their country or to surrounding areas because they won't have that price competition. It'll be lesser, which means that they don't have to worry about matching or being higher or lower than somebody's price. Number 2, to explain factors affecting pricing decisions, there is a company's management, there's a product differentiation, and then there's demand. For the product differentiation, the price depends on the characteristics that are added to the product, like the capacity, the size, the color, the package, and for alternative use. For demand, the demand is affected by factors like the number, the size, the perspective, the buyers, the capacity, and the willingness and the preference. It's whatever the customer decides, what they demand, what they want, what color, what size. It's their perspective, and as a business, you have to form into that perspective. Number 3 is to identify factors affecting a business profit. There is degree of competition, there is strength of the economy, and then there is price discrimination. For the degree of competition, if a firm has monopoly power, then it has little competition demand, which means that demands will be more inelastic. When you are a monopoly, you are higher up than businesses around you. So by having a less of a competition, the business doesn't have to worry about matching prices or having better prices, because as a monopoly, people trust your products. People will go to you more. For the strength of the economy, if there's economic growth, then there will be an increased demand for more products. Because as the economy is growing, there's more that is being brought into the economy, more products, better products, improvement on previous products. So as the economy is growing, it is strengthening, and it is giving more opportunities for not only marketers, but consumers. And then for price discrimination, if the firm can price discriminate, it'll be more efficient. Number 4, to describe the concept of price stability as an economic measure, it contributes to achieving high levels of economic activity. So as it achieves the higher levels of economic activity, because as your price stability finally levels out, you have a higher economic activity because your company is set. There is reducing inflation risk. And then lastly is to avoid unproductive activities. If you are doing something that isn't surrounded with your business, or that is unrelated or unproductive, then throw it out. You don't need it. You want to be as effective and as efficient as you can when you are running a business, especially if you want to be higher up like a monopoly. To describe the role of business ethics in pricing, there is price fixing. Price fixing is being able to move prices up and down when needed depending on the supply or the demand that you are receiving from consumers and from manufacturers. There is price discrimination. and then there is a supra of competitive pricing. So there is having a monopoly. Having a monopoly, you have competitive pricing because other companies are going to try and be like you, so they are going to try and match your prices or have slightly lower prices and promote that to try and bring in your customers or customers who are going to like their products better, and then they will become that monopoly. So just as a conclusion, the 5 ways that I would recommend strategies to protect profit margins are to discuss the economic impact of inflation on a business. Number 2, to explain factors affecting pricing decisions. Number 3 is to identify factors affecting a business's profit. Number 4 is to describe the concept of price stability as an economic measure. And lastly is to describe the role of business ethics in pricing. Thank you so much for meeting with me today. I am glad that I got to give you my recommendations. I am the CEO of Benedictive Foods, Alexis Hart. And if you have any questions, please contact me. Thank you. Have a good day.